Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So it wouldn't be right to end this era of Wilds of Eldraine without playing up the Beanstalk one more time. So we are playing it in the one archetype which I think we haven't played it with before, and that is with Fires of Invention and Enigmatic Incarnation. So this is essentially the idea that as another enchantment, it kind of slots nicely into this Enchantments Matters deck. You've got a lot of expensive spells which you cast in this deck anyway, things like Leyline Binding, potentially Atraxas, Kenriths, Elish Norns. So you are going to get value off it, and even if you don't, it does provide sacrifice fodder for your enigmatic incarnation to just go and grab a 3-drop creature as well. So it fits quite nicely into this strategy. So because it's a 2-mana spell, we're obviously not playing the Karuga version of Fires of Invention. We are playing the Yorion version, so it's an 80-card main deck. And we have the full 4 copies of Fires and Enigmatic Incarnation. So we have that this little interaction between those. So the Enigmatic Incarnation, for those who don't remember, essentially allow you to sacrifice another enchantment and then search your library for a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed enchantment's mana value. So you sacrifice your 2 drops to go and get any of your 3-drop creatures, you sacrifice a 4-drop to go and get any of your 5 drops, and you can sacrifice a Leyline Binding to go and get either of our 7 drops as well. So that is essentially the idea behind the deck. And then Fires obviously allows you to power out a lot of powerful spells, 2 in a turn. You know, it is what it is. It's very good. So the rest of the deck, we are taking advantage of the fact that without Karuga, we can play cheap spells at the bottom end of the curve. So we've got 4 copies of Portable Hole to help us slow down opponents who might want to get off to a quick start, as well as the 4 up the Beanstalk. We're running 4 Path to the World Tree. So this is a 2-mana enchantment. It says when it enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And you can pay 7 and sacrifice it to get all kinds of benefits. That will very rarely happen. We'll often just be using this as sacrifice fodder for our enigmatic incarnation, but there is that other ability, as well as just fixing our mana and giving us the mana ramp that we need. Nylea's Presence, so a 2-mana enchantment that draws a card when it enters the battlefield and turns your land into every basic land type, which not only helps fix your mana, but also immediately means your Leyline Bindings only cost 1 mana, so that's that interaction is worth paying attention to. And then 1 copy of Baffling End as cheaper removal as well. Then at 3-drop, we've got 4 copies of Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So I won't go through what that does again. We've all seen it many, many times before, probably too many times. And then the rest of the toolbox is Archon of Emeria to slow down opponents who want to dump their hand and play lots of things quickly. Moonblessed Cleric to go and get any enchantment. Skyclave Apparition is removal. Glasspool Mimic to copy anything. Tranquil Thrillback, which is a good utility card, which can, when we pay green when it enters the battlefield, can destroy an artifact or enchantment, exile a player's graveyard, or gain us 4 life. Deputive Detention, removing any non-land permanent and permanents with the same name. Night of Autumn, again another utility card. Then at 4-drop, as well as our enchantments, we've got Heliod the Radiant Dawn. So 4/4 for 4, that also allows us to go and fetch an enchantment from our graveyard when it enters the battlefield, and we can turn it into Heliod the Warped Eclipse if we so want to. And then similarly, the toolbox at 5, we have Elish Norn, so doubling our ETB triggers and stopping our opponents. Kenrith, very powerful card to interact with Fires of Invention because you can use all the excess mana that you're not using to cast spells to pump into its abilities. Cavalier of Dawn, destroying any 1 non-land permanent. Tulsimir, creating 2/3/3s, getting a fight effect and some life gain. Leyline Binding, removal, and then our 7-drop toolbox cards are Agent of Treachery, gaining control of any other permanent, and then Atraxa, Grand Unifier, 7/7 Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink, that puts many, many cards into our hand when it enters the battlefield. In the mana base, we're running a lot of triomes and 3-coloured lands, unsurprisingly, not only to help fix our mana, but again to make sure that our Leyline Bindings are as cheap as possible. And then we've got a basic land of each type for our Path to the World Tree, and a few of the utility lands as well. So in the sideboard, as well as Yorion taking up 1 slot, it's quite a simple sideboard. We've got 4 copies of Rending Volley, destroying any white or blue creature, 4 damage rather. rather than just destroying. Rest in peace, Graveyard Hate, enchantment. 2 more copies of Baffling End if we really need that additional cheap removal. Destiny Spinner, which stops creatures and enchantments that we control from being countered. And then 4 copies of Mystical Dispute to bring in against blue decks and control decks. So we'll see many of these toolbox cards before where we've played Fires of Invention, so it's not dissimilar to those kind of decks. Obviously, they all kind of follow the same strategy, but we are instead this time running it with Up the Beanstalk to try and get some value off that. So let's see how we go on. Hit those like and subscribe buttons as ever. Thank you very much for watching, and let's go on to the ladder. So Nylea's Presence will do some work for us here. The Apparition and the Glasspaw Mimic will probably keep our opponent at bay long enough. So I think this is a keep. You do have to take time to look at these hands in this kind of deck, because you have to work out what your strategy is, what colours you can play. It's all good. Okay. Not having Ward is a bit annoying, but let's pop Nylea's Presence on our island. I don't really want Atraxa in our hand, to be honest, but nothing from our opponent here, so let's just play the Hollowed Fountain and pass the turn. Okay. So we could play Enigmatic Incarnation here, sacrifice Nylea's Presence and go and get one of our 3-drops. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's grab Moonblessed Cleric and then pop a Fires of Invention on top of our deck. Okay, well that's useful to know. So let's play Fires. Let's follow it up with a Skyclave Apparition. Okay, our opponent's giving up. They are running mono-white humans. I did wonder what was going on here initially, but so Rending Volley is a card we obviously want here. I think another Baffling End is good. And then let's just take out some of our top end. So Cavalier of Dawn, I'm not fussed about here. Maybe we don't need Baffling End, actually. We've got enough removal down at 1 drop. 2 more cards. Night of Autumn is okay. Tranquil Frillback, I don't think we need here. Archon of Emeria is fine. Tulsimir is fine. Kenra is fine. Elish Norn is fine. Agent of Treachery actually isn't great here, so let's get rid of that. Very few of their cards are powerful enough on their own to justify stealing. This is a little on the slow side, so I think I'll ship this. Yeah, this is better. I quite like having Deputy of Detention, but I also don't want to get rid of either side of my combo, so I think I am going to pop it back. Okay, we don't have red mana at the moment. Okay, our opponent's off to a speedy start. So we could Beanstalk here, or we could Rending Volley. I think we can wait a turn to Rending Volley. Okay, Leyline Binding is a good draw. So let's stick the Luminarch Aspirant under a Leyline Binding. Oh, fair enough. Well, we got the card draw off it anyway. We are looking a little dicey in terms of land, but in terms of life, rather, not land. Yeesh. Okay, so we're going to need some life gain, whatever we do here. So let's play Fires of Invention. Let's play Enigmatic Incarnation. Let's sacrifice our fires. Go and get Tulsamere. Have Tulsamere fight their Luminarch Aspirant here. Okay, let's block. Take 2. That's fine. So, what are we doing here? Let's Rending Volley away their recruitment officer. Let's play past the World Tree. Go and fetch a basic mountain. Play Nylea's presence on said mountain. Right. Let's go fetch a 3-drop, which is going to be Skyclave Apparition. Okay, this I can live with. So let's take out one of their Mutavolts. Double Rending Volley, you say? Well, as we have it, we may as well kill their reflection with 1. pop Yorion in our hand. Go and fetch Knight of Autumn. Gain 4 life. Very good. Okay. They had an explosive start, but we were able to get ahead of them there. And we get into Platinum. How exciting. Okay, this hand's a little short of mana, but we do have double card draw, so I see your Sparrow's headquarters, and I raise your Sparrow's headquarters. So let's pop Nylea's presence on our island. Okay, we've drawn ourselves effectively out of our mana situation. Okay, so our opponent is also running up the Beanstalk deck, but it's not Yorion. Green. Okay, well, let's play. Let's drop Fable of the Mirror Breaker into play. Interesting. Okay, let's discard land and Beanstalk here. Let's make an attack. Now, I'm very suspicious here of this 3 mana pass. So let's just play up the Beanstalk. Yep. Let's stick their Beanstalk under a portable hole. Okay, they are digging for land. That's good. We now have the window we need to cast Fires into Enigmatic Incarnation. Now, this is a fun little interaction. Let's go grab Heliod the Radiant Dawn. And, oh, let's have our Fable of the Mirror Breaker back. Okay, let's have another land. Let's attack. Let's play Fable. Let's pop Yorion in our hand. Now, I think I'm happy to just play Yorion. Blink these 3 things. Let's have a Beanstalk. Draw a card. Leyline Binding's good. Let's sacrifice our... what should we get here? Let's get a Moon-Blessed Cleric. And let's pop a leyline binding on the top of our deck. That was a good turn. They're dead. They are super dead. So, our opponent's playing some sort of Beanstalk control-ish deck, so we'll pop in the Mystical Disputes. Not sure what... Destiny Spinner's probably quite good here. Baffling End, no. So we need to make 5 cuts. Archon, no. Just ditch a couple of portable holes. What else don't I like here? Maybe 3 Mystical Disputes is enough. Cavalier, fine. Elish Norn. Yeah, let's trim Elish Norn, I think. Do I want a Rending Volley? Still don't really know what they're doing. No, this will do for now. All will become clear. Or maybe it won't. Maybe they'll just get mana screwed again and I'll never know what they were doing. Wouldn't that be a tragedy? This hand's marginal, but I'm going to keep it. Got some mana fixing, and then some fodder for our incarnation. Not hugely thrilled for you to turn up. What are we grabbing here? I think let's get another Plains, now that we have black mana with our Inditha Triome. Yeah, let's just play another Pass to the World Tree. Grab a Forest. Play Triome. So this looks more like traditional Bant Beanstalk. But then, what were those other Triomes doing? I don't know. I don't particularly fancy playing Enigmatic Incarnation into 3 mana, so let's just play Knight of Autumn. Make it a 4-3. Another land. Well, I'll just wait for them to put the shields down, I think. Just make another 4-3, put some pressure on the board, force them to act. So this feels like, yeah, this looks more like Bant Beanstalk control, but I haven't seen any Lotus Fields, so maybe it's just, maybe they're playing a slightly different version. So they could Wrath here. They do leave themselves exposed if they do that. But if they don't do anything, they're facing down 8 damage next turn. Okay. I don't mind, I'll keep playing. I do not have any time restrictions. You do. You are running out of time. My 4/3s are... Okay, interesting. So they ditched 2 March of Otherworldly Light there, clearly wanting to hold up some counter spells, so let's just play Nylea's Presence. Yorion, come here. We'll pass the turn again. Okay, so they can't play Memory Deluge, so I'm happy, I think, to just play Yorion. Let them counter this if they want to. Yep. Okay. Three cards, 3 cards. Um. Hmm. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Let's take a duplicate Fires of Invention, a Mystical Dispute, and a Spara's Headquarters. Mm-hmm. Sure. It's not looking great for them. I've definitely worried about my situation more. So maybe these are just for ley line binding. Interesting. So they're at 1. I don't particularly fancy playing Fires here because it takes away my ability to Mystical Dispute anything they do. So let's just Oh, I could have done that, couldn't I? That would have won me the game. I mean, I'm definitely going to win anyway, but let's. Okay, but I can just do that next turn. Okay, well, maybe they're not super dead. Then we'll see. We'll see. I could always ley line binding their ley line binding. Well, let's give it a go. Wow, absorb as well. Jesus. Okay. Well, let's play fires. Almost sneakily managing to lose the game here. All because I didn't use my path to the world tree when I could have done. It's all right. I'm embarrassed for me too. Okay, let's play Deputy of Detention. Fair enough. In which case, let's Ottawa their this ley line binding. Let's have ley line binding, portable hole, tranquil frillback, and a Beseju. Now let's ley line binding their Teferi, maybe. Yep. Well, I've made myself work for it. Because they can't cast Memory Deluge, because if they do, they just die. Hmm. Farewell, you say. Exile all artifacts, all creatures, all enchantments. Okay. Let's grab ourselves another Fires of Invention. Play Tranquil Frillback. Let's pay twice. Nope. Let's exile their graveyard and gate 4 life. Get rid of those memory deluges. Now let's pass the turn. Ooh, hard casting Shark Typhoon is brave while I've got a Right, let's blow that up. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose. And that'll learn me to read what my cards do. So, I think I'm happy to scoop this one up and go to game 3. Pop in the other Mystical Dispute, take out one more Portable Hole. I think apart from that, we're fine. Bleh, bleh. Nope. Better. Let's pop back Atraxa. Looks like the opponent's on a mulligan to 5, so that's good news. Destiny Spinner. Spin up some Destiny. Let's climb the Beanstalk. I would like to. I would have been nice to be able to mystical dispute that, but sadly our mana situation did not allow it. So instead, let's play. This auto tapper is going to be the death of me. Let's play Path to the World Tree. Grab another planes. Attack Narset. Let's play Fires, and it's going to try and screw me again with the auto tapper, so give me a second. Play Fires. Now let's play Kenrith. Give Kenrith haste. Yeah, this has trample. Slightly awkward. Oh, at least we're now 1 for 1 for terrible misplays. I feel better now. Hmm. One dead to fairy. Fable. Incarnation. Let's pop Yori in our hand. Yeah, let's get the old Heliod Fable spin going. A favourite of mine. Oh god, not farewell. You just know it's coming. They always have it. Yep. Tragic. Casual 8 for 1. Oh, let's play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Absolutely not. Nope. Let's play Fires. Let's spin up the Fable again. Okay, we like that. Do they have Tef? Another Tef? Or a board wipe? They're going to need something here. No? Okay. Nothing yet. That is a pass from me, thank you. Yeah, that's a little bit better. What do you got? Hmm. Okay. Question is, do I want to blow up their beanstalk? Yes. Because they can't Narset lock me with memory at the moment, because they do not have the mana. Yes, the Castle Vantress activation. And even if they can Narset lock me now, they still die, because our creature, we have 4 power on the board. So it may be better for them to spin the wheel. Okay, well, here's Yorion again. Doesn't actually do anything at the moment, but I am going to play it. Okay. Well, they're still dead on board. Yep, okay, we're dead. There you are. There's an abject lesson throwing the game away there. I could have won that about 20 minutes ago, but not to be. So yeah, there we are. That's 2 matches with Beanstalk-Fires. Yeah, that second match just goes to show you that a single decision can affect the entire game. Yeah, could have won that one, didn't. Just goes to show that I don't edit out. I don't edit out the games to make myself look good. I am as capable of hilariously punting matches as anyone else. Yeah, that was painful. But it was an interesting match nonetheless, very close. Could have snuck it. Never mind. Um, Thanks very much for watching. Here's the deck list one more time, so let me know what you think of it in the comments, and I'll see you next time.